Hi kids, it's me and Miss Billy, and we are here to remind you about something that we have talked a lot about in C2C and in VBS, but we thought this would be a good time to remind you of it. So I want to ask you, have you had a good couple of weeks at home? Have you been having a great time, or has it been a little difficult? Well, what we wanted to remind you of was a little secret that will help make your week so much more fun and your time with your family so much more fun if you'll just remember this one little word and what it means. And that secret little word that is the key to having an awesome time with your family is that you show honor. Miss Billy's going to be my Vanna White here. Not that you will know what that is, but the adults will. So honor is a principle that we've learned about in C2C, and there's only 3 parts to honoring, but there are 3 parts that are important to remember. When we're honoring, which is something that Jesus wants all of us to do, we treat others as special. That means that we are kind and we are gracious and we are thankful. So it means things like when your mom maybe does the laundry, that you say, "Thanks, Mom, thank you for doing the laundry." When you see your little brother or sister maybe struggling with something and you go over and say, "Hey, I can help you with that. Let me help you with that." Or you just see that somebody needs a kind word and you pat them on the back and you give them a kind word. Maybe you give your dad a back rub after he's come home from a long day of work. But it's treating people as if they are at what they are, made in the image of God, very special, and to be treated as special. And families who learn how to treat each other special, they get along so well. So that's one of the first things, is to treat others as special. But the second thing, and this is one of my favorite things, it's to do more than what's expected. Now here's the deal, kids. We all have learned that we should obey our parents, right? And that means you do what they ask you to do. But we don't always think to do not just what they ask us to do, but to do even more. And here's the deal. When you just do what's expected, well, that's good. You should do that. But when you do more than what's expected, it's like you've just given your mom or dad or brother or sister a gift. So it's like this. If say it's getting towards dinner time and the living room is all a mess, and your mom says, "Hey, could you pick up your toys? Just pick up your toys and put them away." And you go and you pick up your toys, but then you think, "Oh, but you know what? My sister has some things too. I'm going to pick those up too." And then you get to your room and you think, "Oh my goodness, my room's not really picked up." And then you pick up your room and your mom didn't even ask you to pick up your room, but you did it anyway. That is honoring. That's doing more than what's expected. How about when it gets to be like dinner time and you could tell your mom has had a full day and she's trying to get dinner on, and you go in and say, "Mom, can I help you set the table?" "Oh, yes, thank you," right? When we're honoring, we're looking for things that we can do that will be more than what's expected, because that's like giving a gift. So I want you to be on the lookout, and next time we're back together in C2C, Miss Billy and I are going to ask you, what did you do that was more than expected? Maybe you made your bed without anybody asking you to, or you cleaned up something or did something special for somebody that was more than what they expected. Another way you could do more than what's expected is, say your mom's on the phone and your little brother or sister are having a hard time crying or something. You could, without your mom asking, you could just go over and say, "Hey, can I help you with that?" All those things are doing more than what's expected. And that makes our time as a family and in our home such a beautiful thing. The last thing is a really important thing, and that is to have a good attitude. So we taught our kids this really early. You can't always choose your circumstances. None of us chose to have this virus where we all had to stay home. None of us chose it to be raining for 2 weeks, right? We can't always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose our attitude. And you can always choose to have a good attitude. And that makes all the difference in your home. If you get out of bed and you're like all grumpy, like, "I don't want to get out of bed," and your mom asks you to do something, you go, "Oh, I don't want to do that." It just brings everybody down. It's such a bummer when you have a bad attitude. But when you have a good attitude and say, "Good morning, everybody," and when you have a good attitude and your mom and dad ask you to do something, you say, "Yes, Mom, I'll do that," or "Yes, Dad, I'll do that." Oh, it just makes it so delightful for everyone. So Miss Billy and I want to remind you about this honor principle, and that is and I'll sing you the song, okay? Don't make fun of me, but remember this little song that we learned. Treat others as special, do more than what's expected, and have a good attitude. Okay, and Miss Billy is going to do an illustration for us, so I'm going to illustrate. So, say I wake up in the morning and I decide that, Jesus, I know you're with me and I know you love me, so will you help me to be honoring today? So I get up and I go into my mom and I say, hey Mom, good morning, how are you doing? And Mom says to me, oh honey, I could really use your help. Would you mind running and getting this for me? And you say, yes Mom, right away. Look at that. And it's like blowing air in the balloon. And then, then later on, your little brother starts fussing about something and you go over and say, hey buddy, are you okay? Can I help you? How about we play a game together and you take the initiative to play a game with your little brother or sister? That would mean the world to them. So what else could you do? What else could they do, Miss Billy? So later on, as the day's getting, you see your mom folding laundry. And you say, hey Mom, I'll match all the socks for you. How about I help by doing that? And your mom is like, yes, that would be such a big help. And so then you go and match all the socks for her. Maybe she would even teach you how to do all the folding of the t-shirts and everything, and then you could help her even more. So when you do all these things and you're gracious and you're kind and you do more than what's expected and you have a good attitude, it's like blowing air into your family, and so that you have this beautiful balloon. And then what happens is that you and your family can have fun. You can play, this is one of my kids' favorite games. We would just play with the balloon and we would toss it and we would see how long we could keep it in the air without it bouncing on the floor, right? So when you are showing honor, it's like you can have way more fun as a family. But let's think about the other way. So what if I get up in the morning and I say, I don't even want to do this. I hate that it's raining again. See what happens? And Mom says, hey, can you go do this for me? And you go, do I have to? And then your little brother and sister says, hey, would you play a game with me? And you go, I don't want to do that. I want to play my video game. And then, do you see? It just is, and who can have fun? Who can have fun with a flat balloon? Nobody can have fun with a flat balloon. So you have a choice every day when you wake up. And remember, Jesus is with you. He's with you wherever you go, right? So take him with you and ask him to help you to see honor so that you can have fun with your family, okay? So that's what we want to encourage you to do. Have fun. Be one that's blowing air into your family so that your family can have such a great time. And do not dishonor, okay?